What's up, coaches? Hope everybody is doing well. Here is Friday. So, just like the rest of the week, the warm up is the same. There's a link in the top of today's program to review. Now, you're welcome to make this warm up your own, change the movements, change the approach. Just make sure it works within the confines of a class. Have a plan, make sure it's well thought out, and that there is intention behind your movement. Let's talk about the strength. So we have pull stamina. So we're going on the minute for 12 minutes. We'll go 4 times through. We'll do a new movement at the top of each minute. Minute number 1, 3 to 5, strict chin-ups. So now palms facing toward. We want to hit the sweet spot of 3 to 5 reps. So that means going from your strongest athletes, weighted chins, body weight chins, going banded chins. What we don't want to do here, since ring rows are the second movement, we don't want to scale with ring rows. We want to sub with a static hold. So the static hold is going to be 10 seconds long of either chin over bar, elbows at 90, which is generally, I say, at the eyebrows, or in a active hang. Even someone who can't hang from the bar yet can do an active hang by keeping their toes lightly on the floor. All right, they're just going to give their upper body as much weight as they can manage for that 10-second time frame. Minute number 2, 6 to 10 ring rows. The ring rows are meant to be as tough as possible, fitting within that rep range. And then we have 5 hammer curls each arm. So just for equipment purposes, we're going to do 1 single dumbbell needed only, and you're going to do 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. So for the hammer curl, you're not facing palm up, but you're in a neutral position, thumb up, and as we curl, I'm keeping the thumb up. So this is my hammer curl 1, hammer curl 2, emphasizing keeping the elbow tucked, not letting the elbow come out in front, and not leaning back. So I'm keeping my abs down and tight as I squeeze. The 5 repetitions should allow people to go a little bit heavy as long as they can maintain that elbow tucked, not leaning or having to throw the elbow forward. All right. So the name of the game here is consistency. We want to make sure that the scales allow for great quality over the course of all 12 working sets. All right, let's talk about our workout. So we have 2 separate 5-minute AMRAPs. Are going to take place on a particular clock. So athletes will be working from 0 to 5, and then they'll be working again from 10 to 15. So 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and then 5 minutes on. Let's talk about the setup here. So athletes do need their own machine. You can sub row or ski with the same rep scheme. If you needed to, what you could do is have athletes share a bike and take a 1-minute reset after each partner goes for their 5 minutes. So partner 1 would go for 5 minutes, 1-minute reset to clean, wipe down, and then partner 2 can then use the same bike, 1-minute reset, then partner 1 would go again. That would change the clock a little bit, but no big deal there. So 5-minute AMRAP, we have a bike cows here of 5 and 3, 5 sprawl to box over. Important to note there, it's not a full burpee, and then 5 deadlifts. So the stimulus here, we want to elicit a really good balance between high power output and stamina. The 5-minute window kind of allows us to ride that line. The short burst effect of each one should allow the athletes to move quickly while they're moving in a particular movement. On the bike, feels somewhat like a burst. On the sprawl to box over, feels somewhat like a burst. Deadlift, if it's loaded correctly, feels somewhat like a burst. Over the course of the 5 minutes, those bursts get tougher, but we're still able to maintain kind of that repeatable power output. All right, keep the second workout in mind. Yes, it's a long break, 5 minutes, but we still want repeatability. So we want to keep that workout kind of in the back of our head that we have to do this again after that 5-minute break. Let's talk about each movement individually. So the bike, looking for a quick burst, we would love to go 15 to 30 seconds as the sweet spot, and we want to use that rollover. What that means is when athletes hop on, guys are going to go just to the benchmark, 5, 10, 15, 20. Ladies are going to go 3, 6, 9, 12, so on. So after that first one, it may be at 7, they only have to go to 10, all right? They don't have to add to that total. Use the rollover and hit the benchmarks. We want to scale down to fit. We don't want this to feel like a long bike endurance-y WOD, so we want to scale down to fit that approach, whether that be down to 4, 3, down to 3, down to 2 or 1 for the ladies. Scale down to fit that approach, please. Sprawl to box over. So athlete can choose to jump or step. I don't care. It doesn't matter as long as they're moving quickly with good body control and they have good power output. We want the same time frame of about 15 to 30 seconds. And we want to use a shorter box or just do less reps to hit that sweet spot. All right. Not a burpee. We want a sprawl. We're looking for a quicker transition, more power output without exhausting the upper body. We did push-ups yesterday. We don't want push-ups. All right. We want a high power output, quick full body transition. And then deadlifts. This should be moderate to slightly heavy, always unbroken, and we're able to transition quickly to get that 5 repetitions. I mean, as soon as we get off the box, we're able to walk over the bar, make a good setup, and knock out those 5 repetitions, all right? If you guys have the option, athletes can do trap bar or straight bar, 100% their choice. 15 plus unbroken when fresh. Now the primer is very important. Again, we've got to see the athletes are setting up for high power output. Let's do a round of 3 each movement, all right? 3 cows, then 3 sprawl to box over, and 3 deadlifts. If athletes have made good choices, this should look very smooth and fast on the primer here, all right? You guys know the deal, what we've been focused on, training with intent, all right? We're training for fast bursts. We're working for that power output. Let's make it so. You guys have a great day. See ya.